I think that'll work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the His House today, right here from the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. For those of you that are coming on, please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know. Prophet Ramon, the squad, and the Next Level tribe, we are right here, ready to rock and roll on this beautiful Tuesday. This is the Tuesday. This is the Tuesday that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Tuesday, November the 23rd. 2 days away from Thanksgiving. My hope and expectation is that all of you are having an amazing week so far. I know we have so many of you that are getting days off and you're just able to enjoy the week. But make sure that you carve out some time to get you some education, to get you some learning and some training in when it comes to your business, your finances, your ministry, your leadership, your legacy. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston. Every Monday through Friday, we show up here on this show to share information with you that is designed to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. And you can rest assured, everything, literally everything that I share with you on this show is an extension of all of the divisions that make up our organization. And it is a direct representation of who I am, what I believe, and what we live by here at Ramon Preston Enterprises, whether it's through our consulting division, our coaching division, our training division, or even our ministry division. Everything that I share with you, I am personally living it. It's coming out of my personal playbook. And that's why I can have the conviction and the commitment to share this information with you, because I want to see whatever it is that God has given to you properly started. I want to see it properly structured, and I want to see it properly scaled. And in order for that to happen, you have to learn all of the things that need to be learned so you can put those things you learn to practice. So today, I'm going to be talking about the power of systems and processes. The power of systems and processes. So for those of you that are watching the show live today, I don't know what type of systems or processes that you're currently using in your business, in your ministry, or in your entire organization. But I want to talk about the power of systems and processes. Now, I'm a believer of this. Just because you own a business, just because you have, let's say, an EIN number, you have your articles of incorporation or your articles of organization, just because you have paperwork from the state or from the city or from a lawyer having an operating agreement or bylaws and constitutions, just because you have a bank account, it doesn't necessarily mean you have a business in the original intent of what a business is. Okay. But when you're able to take whatever it is that you structure around an EIN or a LLC or articles and open up a bank account, and you can integrate the right systems and processes to that legal entity, then and only then do you really have a business according to the original intent of a business. And this is the power of systems and processes. So if you've followed me long enough, especially if you're part of our business community, whether you're in our coaching program, whether you are a student on Ramon Preston University, or whether you just participate from time to time in some of our live or virtual events, you may have heard me talk about the importance of having systems and having processes that you're able to use to not just structure your business, but to scale that business in terms of making more money, being able to take care of yourself and your family, being able to hire people, and really being able to make an impact in the world. So today we're going to talk about the power of systems and processes. So let me establish a foundation by giving you a clear working definition for what a system is. I'm gonna give you like a real basic definition. Of course, you can Google the word system and you're gonna find different definitions for what a system is. But I'm gonna simplify it and give you a clear working definition. A system. And this is kind of like my version, and I'll give you more of a professional version as well. A system is something that S saves, Y, U, S, stress, T, time, E, energy, and M, money. So this is like my version of what a system is. So I want you to write that down, okay? A system is something that saves you stress, time, energy, and money. So again, if I'm gonna start a business, if I know that I have an idea that I wanna wrap in a business, if I know that I have products and services that I want to take to the market, and I want those products and services to reflect my business, then my business needs to be empowered by systems and processes. So I want you to kind of think about your business like a device. If your business was like a device, like lights or computer or like a television monitor, well, even though the device has the capability to do certain things and to provide certain benefits to the user, but in order for the device to work at its full capacity, what do you have to do? You have to empower that device by plugging it into a power source. So it's similar to your business. When you get your EIN number, when you file for your articles of organization, if it's an LLC, or articles of incorporation, if it's an incorporation, and then you open a bank account, what do you do then? You don't just go into the marketplace and just try to push products and services. You're actually going to push those products and services, but the interactions that you are creating with the marketplace, the communication, the activities need to be connected to systems and processes. So that means you have to plug that legal entity into systems. And you have to be sure that the systems you plug that legal entity into are able to develop processes that can be used consistently over the course of long periods of time. And so the first connection, the first plug you're going to put your business into is the plug of a system, meaning that you're going to have to figure out what things do I need, what technology do I need, what platforms, what softwares, what things do I need within the infrastructure of my legal entity that can actually save me stress, time, energy, and money. It's all about creating these systems and processes that actually make your life as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as a business owner easier. So definition number one, all right? System, something that saves you stress, time, energy, and money. So that's what my version of a system is. Now, let me give you more of a professional version of what a system is. A system can be classified as a set of organized policies, procedures, and practices that work together. Let's just simplify it, because I got so many definitions for system. And as I said, you can Google the word system and you're going to find out that there are thousands and thousands of different versions for the word system. So we first define or describe system as an acronym, right? Something that saves you stress, time, energy, and money. So more of a formal definition or description or classification for system is what? A set of organized policies, procedures, and practices that work together. So in order for my business to become systematized, That means I have to, number one, organize. I've got to bring together certain policies, certain procedures, and certain practices to allow them to work together for the greater good of what I intend to accomplish as a business owner or as a CEO. So there are certain things that you want to do financially. There are certain things that you want to do, relationally. There are certain things that you want to do professionally. There are certain things that you want to do within your community. There are certain goals. There are certain dreams and desires. There are certain values and views. All those things that you have like floating around in your head about how much money you want to make, how many people you want to help, how many people you want to hire, how many investments you want to have, how many locations, how many products and services you want to come up with. Well, all those things have to be organized and brought together in the form of systems so that it can simplify what you do as a CEO, which means it's going to simplify what your business does as a company in the marketplace. Does that make sense? Now, even though there are a lot of systems, I want to give you the 4 most important systems. I use these 4 as pillars for business success. So if you were to come to me and ask me, Prophet Ramon, if there were 4 systems I needed in my business to use as like pillars, kind of like having a table with 4 legs, what would those 4 systems be? What should I build my business on if I needed at least 4 pillars to build my business on? These are the 4 systems that I would tell you that you would have to have no matter what. And I'll explain each one, okay? And then we'll get to the processes. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. The first system I would say would be the business system. This is about infrastructure, okay? So I would say structure. This would be the business system. Now, there are so many different systems within that system. There are a lot of different processes within that system, but I just want to give you an idea on what are the 4 main systems that you should use as like legs on the table of the business that you want to start. Or maybe you already have an LLC. Maybe you already have certain products and services that you're selling and you're just trying to figure out how do you build a business around it. Well, you're going to build a business around that idea or those products and services using these 4 systems as pillars, okay? So the first system would be business systems, and I'll explain that. The second pillar should be financial. So you would need financial systems. The third would be sales, and the 4th would be marketing. Like if you don't have any other systems operating in your business so that you can continue to move forward and progress, you need these 4 systems. So I want you to write that down, and I want you to start working on finding technology, finding certain software, certain applications, certain things that you can use as systems that connect to these 4 pillars, because I consider these 4 systems as pillars for success, okay? So let's look at business systems. What are you talking about when you say business systems? Well, again, this has nothing to do with you having an EIN number, having articles of organization or articles of incorporation or a bank account. I mean, it kind of has something to do with it, but it really doesn't, all right? Because when I say business systems, I'm talking about structure, how your business is structured. Because if you just go out there and start an LLC, and let's say your LLC is centered around landscape, right? Well, you're limiting your capability for scale and expansion because you have built your business or the structure of your company around an operation that you know you're providing as a service, or an operation that you know you're selling products, but now you're limited in your scope. And so every other system that you create is going to be limited to or restricted to this particular structure. Does that make sense? So this is why I teach, and I am a proponent of the holding company concept. Because when you are able to understand the holding company concept, you are now able to build a business system or infrastructure for your business that gives you unlimited capacity, so that you can start living out and operating in your full potential, not just in something that you're good at right now with regard to a product or service you're providing. So with this type of business system / structure, even if you do have a landscaping business, even if you do have an apparel business, my suggestion would be for you to not start your first entity as a landscaping entity, which is an operating company, or a apparel entity, which is an operating company, but your first company is going to be structured as a holding company that will own a landscaping company, that will own an apparel company, whether it owns it as a division or whether it owns it as a subsidiary, which is another legal entity wholly owned by the first entity. The fact that you have created this type of infrastructure gives you the first leg of one of the 4 most important systems. I'm dropping knowledge on you right now. I'm giving you the game. This is why so many entrepreneurs, they start their businesses because they're gung-ho about, oh my God, I got an idea. I got a product or a service, or I'm starting to make money. And so let me go ahead and start my business. But the businesses we typically start are actually the businesses that should be subsidiaries, because they're operating businesses. Most entrepreneurs or people that I speak with who have ideas to start businesses, or may have demands because they're making money with products and services that want to start businesses, almost every one of them, when I first talk with them as a coach or as a consultant, almost all of them across the board are only thinking about starting an operating business, an operating entity. Most of them never think about starting a holding company that can own the operating entity, because they're not thinking about creating systems. They're just thinking about starting a business, legalizing it, legitimizing it, so that they can be in good standing with the state, with the county, with the city, and with their customers and clients. But they're not thinking about how all these other systems are going to be restricted from scale, from growth, if the first system, business structure system, is not built correctly. All right, so that's the first system. Which, by the way, if you have any questions, drop the questions in the comments, of course. And if you need more information on this, don't worry. All this information I teach through our online training program. We have an on-demand, 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week program that you can learn all of this about holding companies, about systems, about processes, about finances, about investing, about wealth building. I told you this is the personal playbook that I have used to get to where I am, and that I teach to all of the people who are in my community. So number 1, the first system would be business or structure. All right. And that means you're going to start entity number 1 as a holding company. It's going to be your umbrella company. This is entity number 1. And then every other entity would fall under there, which technically will be operating companies. That's how you do it. And for so many different reasons that I don't even have time to talk about. Okay, so let's think about the next system. The next system is a financial system. Now, why are financial systems important? Well, again, if we want to look at the power of systems and processes, you're never able to get to really developing proper processes if those proper processes are not organized by systems. So for example, with the business system, once you set your infrastructure up as a business system correctly, it's easier for you to process information. So now when you have an idea, you may not even go start a new business with that idea. You may drop it under the holding company for research and development and just introduce it to the market as a division. You won't have to go through the DBA. You won't have to go through the legal paperwork, the drama and all of these things that you go through, only to find out that in 6 months, that business idea wasn't really monetizable. It really wasn't something that was going to make you money, but you just went through all of this stuff for 6 months putting it together, and you could have prevented all of that had you had the right business system. So your processes are really dependent upon your systems. And so we have number 2, financial systems. Now, when I say financial systems, I'm talking about systems that help you manage and monitor the day-to-day activities of your finances. Now, you may be saying, yeah, but I'm not making a whole lot of money. It really doesn't matter. When you do start making money, you need to have financial systems in place so that you can know how to manage it. And this is not going to happen just by you having a bank account. Because I know I talk to people all the time. They always saying, well, I got a bank account. I can look at my bank statements. I know what's coming in, what's going out. That's not good enough, because you're not going to be able to maximize the benefits of having this type of business structure if you don't have the right financial systems. So now for me, I'm an ambassador of and a proponent and supporter of financial management systems like QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a good financial management system because it's not that complicated to learn, especially if you are already familiar with some personal financial management apps like Mint or any other financial management app that you may use to create budgets and to track your own personal financial activities. So as an entrepreneur, if you're using a financial system like QuickBooks, this is going to give you the advantage over a lot of entrepreneurs who don't have the ability or who don't use the technology through financial systems to track how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, how much money is left, and what can they do with the free cash flow that's left. Because what starts happening is, and this is a good problem to have, but you still want to know how to solve the problem. What starts happening is, once you build the correct business system or structure, now you start making money, okay? Or let's say you're already making money and then you build a business around it. Well, if you don't have a system to track it, you're going to find yourself in tax trouble. You're going to find yourself being heavy on debt because you didn't know how to manage the debt that you got because you were not tracking the activities that really force you to get the debt, because there may have been a demand for certain products and services that you were providing that demanded you to get debt to use as leverage, but because you wasn't tracking your income and expenses and cash flow and allocating that correctly, you found yourself in a financial mess. And so I'm gonna give you an easy way to think about it. If you are an entrepreneur right now, if you're a business owner, or let's say you're an employee and you got a side hustle and you're making money on the side, if you can't look back and clearly see how much money you've made in the last 90 days and how much money you've spent in the last 90 days and how much money you netted in the last 90 days just with your so-called business, it is because you do not have the correct business system, and it's because you do not have the correct financial system. So that means you need these two systems. Because if that is not correct, this is why I put it in this order. If that is not correct, if your business systems or structure is not properly put together, and your financial systems are not properly put together and managed and monitored right by you as a CEO, I guarantee it don't matter what kind of sales or what kind of marketing you're doing. you're going to continue to fail and come up short, not because you're not selling, not because you're not marketing, but because you're not managing what you're selling and what you're marketing. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, I want you to drop in the comments. Here's what I want you to drop in the comments. Out of these 4 systems, which system today do you believe is most needed in your business? If you had to choose one, I know some of y'all gonna be like, shoot, I need a whole 4. But if you had to choose, or let's just put it this way, maybe out of these 4, you can put in the order that you think is the most needed from the less needed. So whatever is needed the most, you put as 1. You can actually put all 4 in the comments. Just type in the most needed today to the less needed. So if it's sales number 1, finances number 2, marketing number 3, business number 4, whatever order it is, I want you to put in the comments the order in which you believe these systems are most needed. And don't tell me you don't need none of them. Don't tell me you don't need none of them, because Elon Musk is considered, I think at least today, he's still considered to be the richest man in the world. And he knows Tesla still needs sales. He knows Tesla still needs marketing. He knows Tesla still needs infrastructures and systems and processes in place, because he ain't been to the moon yet. He ain't been to Mars yet. You know what I mean? So I want you to put that in the comments, and hopefully I can pull some up while I'm here. But I wanted to at least make sure that all of you that are watching today and you're following me today, that you have a good idea of how this applies to you. Okay, so let's look at, again, system number 1 is business structure. All right, system number 2 is finances. Again, I would recommend, if you're just starting to learn how to manage financial systems, that you use QuickBooks, because QuickBooks is like one of those financial management software programs for small businesses and solopreneurs and freelancers and independent contractors, that gives you like a lot of different options. Like they have a whole HR suite, they have a whole payroll suite. Like it's very, very good for a lot of, that's why I'm an ambassador, which, by the way, if you do not have a QuickBooks account and you would like to get up to a 55% off from your subscription, I want you to just drop it in the comments, and we'll put that link in the comments, so that when you click that link, it's going to take you to our referral page, and you're going to be able to get a discount through us. Okay. And so number 3, we have sales systems. Now, I just hosted a sales and marketing workshop this past Saturday, and I'm going to tell y'all something. Somebody just asked me a question here on YouTube. Are you offering QuickBooks packages? We're ambassadors. We're an ambassador for QuickBooks. So we do have a link. We do have an affiliate link that we can give you, and you can get a discount for your QuickBooks subscription. So I'll make sure, if we can't drop it in the comments during the live, that we come back and drop it in there for you, so that you can get it and get a discount up to 55% off. Okay. So we have business systems, we have financial systems. You got to have these systems. And remember, I'm talking about the power of systems and processes. We haven't even gotten to the processes yet, because for your business system, you need a process. For your financial system, you need a process. For your sales system, you need a process. For your marketing system, you need a process. And if you're thinking, listen to me, if you're thinking, Ramon, this is a lot of work, this is a lot of stuff that I have to do, this is what's called business ownership. So when you make the decision to be an entrepreneur, when you make the decision to own a business, what you're making the decision to do is to dedicate and to commit a lot of your time, a lot of your money, a lot of your efforts, a lot of your brain space, a lot of your resources, a lot of your relationships to learning these things so that you can actually have a successful entrepreneurial journey, thus having a successful business. So there is no way you're going to be a successful entrepreneur. There is no way you're going to be a successful business owner and you don't commit and dedicate yourself to learn. This is one of the reasons why I love being an educator of business and finances and investing, because I understand what got me to where I am with success. And I'm not talking about like some internet success. I'm not talking about like this, we just faking it or putting on for the gram success. What got me to where I am, of course, spiritually, is God, because God is the one that gave me the wisdom and the revelation and the ability to learn. But naturally speaking, intellectually speaking, what got me to where I am is my commitment and my dedication to learn these things, to figure these things out, and to not give up. As many times as I wanted to give up, as many times I wanted to throw in the towel, as many times as I contemplated, you know what, maybe I just need to go back into the workforce and just, accept whatever it is. Maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe God don't want me to be successful. I've been through all of those things, but I had to put my head down and make the commitment and dedicate myself to learning. And so if you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur and a business owner, you just got to go ahead and make the commitment now that, you know what, I'm going to dedicate my life to learning, because you got to figure this stuff out. And I promise you, if you think you're going to hire people or outsource this to people and you're going to succeed as a business owner, I promise you it's not going to work like that. It just doesn't work like that. You see some of the most successful, wealthiest business owners, entrepreneurs on the planet, they're still working every day. And you look at them and you think, man, if I had that much money as Mark Zuckerberg, if I had that much money as Warren Buffett, if I had that much money as Bill Gates, if I had that much money as Elon Musk, I wouldn't be doing nothing but just flying around on a jet. Number one, that's why you don't have it. And number two, if you had it, you wouldn't be doing that, because you would realize there's a burden of responsibility that comes with you running a business. And even for those of you that think, you know what, I just want to make passive income, because I hear that all the time. Oh, I just want residual income. I just want to make passive income, and I'm just going to do it, and I'm just going to travel the world, and I'm just going to have money coming in and just, like pouring out of my ears. It's fake. It doesn't exist. And the people who are selling that to you are actually still working, because they got to work to create lies to sell that lie to you for you to buy into it. Nevertheless, let me get back to my point. Business systems, financial systems, okay? Now, here's sales systems. So now your sales systems are going to be the systems that you use. And when I say sales systems, I'm talking about a CRM. A CRM is considered a customer relations management system. So that means when you get emails, when you get phone numbers, or when you want to have a database to compartmentalize where people are with regard to your business, whether they are leads, whether they are prospects, whether they are potential clients, or whether they are customers, whether they bought something 3 years ago or 3 days ago, you want to have a system. Is more specifically called a customer relations management system, so that it makes it easy for you to go to a computer or to go to an app on your phone, and you can see who filled out a form to get information from you. Who did you call? What did you say when you called? What were the details of the call? Who did you email? Like, all of this stuff is critical for you to be able to not just create sales opportunities, but to, watch this, duplicate those sales opportunities. Because again, you'll never get to the process if you don't have the system. So I wouldn't be able to know what process works for my business system if I don't have a business system, right? What process works for my financial system for my finances if I don't have a financial system? Well, it's the same with sales. How do you know what works? How are you going to be able to track what it is that you're doing and the sales that you're generating and who's buying from you, where they're purchasing those products and services from? All those details need to be in a system so that you're not trying to figure this stuff out in your head. And God knows if you still writing stuff down on papers, hey, at least you're doing something. But come on now, it's almost 2022. Everything can be done on a laptop, on a tablet, on an iPad, on a doggone app. Soon you're going to be able to have glasses to just click things and see it. I mean, come on, we got to get it together, especially if we are committed and dedicated to success as entrepreneurs and business owners. So your sales system is somewhat of a CRM system. Now, I just had this conversation with our coaching clients yesterday, and I talked about it Saturday with regard to CRMs. I know there are certain websites and web host services like GoDaddy and Wix and WordPress, and there are many other ones, that when you get a website and you have a certain platform hosting that website, I know there is a back office, right? I'm just giving you like an easy way to think about it. So let's say if you don't have a professional, sophisticated CRM, well, you need to at least use your website so that when people are going to your website, you can track the activity. When you go to events and you're getting cards from people and you're exchanging information and you're getting emails and phone numbers and referrals and references, that you have somewhere to go to take that, to put it in a system so that even if it's nothing but 20 people you have, okay, well, out of those 20 people, where do they live? Out of those 20 people, who did you call that didn't respond and who did you call that did respond? Out of those 20 people, who took you up on the free offer? Who bought something? Who made an exchange? All of that needs to be managed and monitored in a system because it is relating to your sales. This is critical because if you can't track it, if you can't manage it, if you can't monitor it, number one, you ain't gonna get it. And even if you get it by luck, you might not be able to repeat it. And so I love systems and processes because when I do something one time and I succeed, I want to be able to see it in a system so that I can create a process forward so that I can try to do it again. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is how you start moving forward. And then we have marketing systems. Now, when you think about a marketing system, we're not just talking about you hiring a marketing company to run ads for you. We're not talking about you having a Facebook profile and an Instagram profile and a LinkedIn profile and a YouTube channel. That is a part of your marketing strategy. That is a part of what you do with your marketing campaigns. But you need a marketing system. You need something in-house so that you can create these campaigns and manage and monitor these campaigns. I always tell entrepreneurs this: you can go out and try to hire somebody to run your business system. You can hire somebody to manage your financial systems. Like, they have virtual assistants that will run your business system. They have virtual assistants that will manage your finances. They have virtual assistants that will help you with your sales and your cold calls. They have virtual assistants that can help you with your marketing. You can go hire people and outsource each one of these to people, and I guarantee it will not necessitate your business growing. It will not mean or guarantee that your business is going to scale, because it's going to require you at least knowing enough about these systems and processes and having access to the data that's being put in these systems so that you can create the right processes to continue to move forward and duplicate. So these are the 4 systems that I am, without a shadow of a doubt, recommending And it ain't just recommending. I'm telling you that. I don't care what kind of systems and processes you have to have one for business, the structure, finances, sales, and marketing. All right? So now let's take a few minutes to think about and talk about the processes. Okay? Because this show is centered around the power of systems and processes, which, by the way, for those of you that are interested in getting a discount through our ambassador link for QuickBooks, just in case you need a QuickBooks account, we just put the link in the comments. So you can click that link in the comments and it's going to take you to our affiliate page where you're able to get a discount up to 55%. And guess what? If you're just not sure what QuickBooks account you need for your business or for whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to click the link for that $29 offer that we have, because that $29 offer that we have, I'm giving you access to the workshops where I'm training you, and I'm doing a deep dive with you and providing the workbooks for you in each of those workshops. And I am covering all things business structure. I'm covering financial systems and QuickBooks. I'm covering sales and marketing. So of course, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions I can while we're live on the show. But trust me, if you click that link and you have questions about the business structure, that business system, you have questions about financial systems to make sure that you're getting the right one when you do purchase a QuickBooks subscription. If you have questions about sales systems or processes and marketing systems and processes, I give you all that training in those workshops. We have a workshop for each one, and we're giving you all of them for $29. Okay, so let's think about the processes for a moment. So we have systems, correct? We have systems. My recommendation is you need to make sure that you cover the top four. The top four. So the top four, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the business systems. We have the financial systems. We have the sales systems. And then we have the marketing systems. Like I can almost promise you, if you just listen to me and just work on learning these 4 systems and work on learning how to create processes that are exclusive to your business with these 4 systems, I just want to promise you and guarantee you, but I can't, because I can't determine and dictate what you're going to do. But I promise you, I guarantee you, if you do that with systems and processes in these 4 areas, oh my God, there's no way you're not going to make more money. There is not one client that we have worked with in our coaching program that hasn't implemented, number one, integrated these 4 systems to their business, implemented the practices for the processes in these 4 areas. There's not one client that I have coached, that me and my team have coached, that hasn't seen an increase in their income. It's inevitable, because again, this brings us to process. This brings us to process. The process, and I want to simplify process for you. Processes are centered around the steps, okay? The steps you use to track, to document, and duplicate success. I'm giving you so much free game. I shouldn't even be sharing all this with y'all on a live show right now. This information people people pay me thousands of dollars to help them understand, and I'm giving it to you for free. That's just how generous I feel, because it ain't even Black Friday. I'm black and it's Tuesday, and I want to act like it's already Friday. So I want to give you the game. So again, we've already defined systems. I showed you what are the top 4 systems that you need integrated into your legal entity that you call a business. Business systems, financial systems, sales systems, and marketing systems. I gave you some examples of what those systems look like, all right, in terms of technology, in terms of software, in terms of apps. Now, I'm telling you that once you get the systems in place, now you can start developing processes, okay? And I'm giving you a definition for what processes are. Processes are the steps you use, or the steps you take, right? The steps you use to track, to document, and to duplicate success. So a lot of business owners, because I was like that for years. For years, I had the right systems to some extent, but I didn't have processes. And if I had certain processes, I didn't have the right processes that actually matched my systems. So it still didn't benefit me like it was supposed to. So again, I want you to see the difference. So the systems are the things that you organize and bring together to make sure your business is structured correctly, to make sure that your finances are coming into one spot, one hub, to make sure that all your sales and transactions are coming into one spot, to make sure that all your marketing campaigns are bringing back data to one spot. So once you put all 4 of these systems together, guess what you really have? You really have a business. You really have a business. That's why when people tell me they got a business, oh, I own a business, I'm a business owner, and they ain't got no systems, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, even if I don't tell them that, I'm thinking to myself, you ain't got no business. You just got a good idea on paper. You just got an EIN, you just got a bank account, you just got a card, you just got LLC behind your name, you just got CEO on a logo, you just got your profile with all that information, you just got a domain name, but you do not have a business system, because in order for you to have a business system, you need these systems working together cohesively so that it almost automates how you run your business. And once you have that solidified, now guess what can happen? You can start tracking all of your activities. You can start documenting the details of all your activities. And if you track your activities and document your activities, now you can what? Duplicate your activities. So let me give you an example. I'll give you an example for sales. Let's say I have a sales system, right? I have a CRM. So anytime we call people, we're able to track that call. Anytime we email people, we're able to track that email. Anytime we text people, we're able to track it. Anytime people call us, email us, text us, DM, inbox us, because we have systems that are a part of our sales system, we're able to track all that data. So now, the more activity we see with things that are designed to generate sales, the more we can track it. Then as we track it, we start seeing a sale, even if it's just one sale. Okay, one person bought something for $2. Okay, well, we can track that and we can document that. Meaning what? We can look back and see how many phone calls, how many email hits, how many no's, how much activity in terms of numbers and percentages did it take to make $2? Once we can identify that, guess what we can do? We can now duplicate that. So if it took me to call 50 people to make one $50 sale, because I tracked it and documented it, I can see what did I do to make those 50 calls? How many days did it take to make those 50 calls? How many no's did I get? How many voicemails did I leave? How many text messages? How many emails? And we can see all that data because we tracked it and documented it. And now we can develop a process that's duplicatable to try it again. And then when we try it again, we make another $50 and we realize, oh, wow, it didn't take 50 this time. It took 70 or it took 38. And guess what we do? We track it, we document it, we duplicate it until all 5 of us are doing it. And before you know it, not just one person made $50, but 2 people did, but 3 people did, but 4 people did, but 5 people did. And we're all tracking, we're all documenting, we're all duplicating, which means we have developed processes that complement our systems. And now we can make decisions on how to scale it. All right. So this is the power of systems and processes. So again, for those of you that are watching, if this is something you need to educate yourself on, I'm giving you a couple options for how you can educate yourself on. And trust me, if you're not being coached as an entrepreneur and business owner, at some point you will. At some point, I guarantee you will. If you're not being educated and trained, or if you're not allowing yourself to invest in education and training for things like this as an entrepreneur and business owner, I guarantee you at some point you will, or you're going to fail. All right. And so I have a few offers that I want to extend to you. First of all, we have a 1-year business coaching program where myself and my team, we coach you for 1 year. We walk you through a 1-year process. And with that 1-year business coaching program, we start you off with an initial one-on-one coaching session. So whether it's in person or whether it's virtual, we schedule a time where we can sit in front of each other, and we're going to take about 2 hours to put a game plan together for you. So we have in our coaching program a proprietary process that we walk you through to help you figure out what your goals are. We're going to help you identify with those details for your goals, your business goals, your personal goals, your financial goals. And then we're going to put a game plan together, and we're going to decide together what systems do you actually need? What type of infrastructure do you need? Do you need 1 LLC? Do you need 4 LLCs? How do you need to structure it? And once we identify with those systems and those structures that are complementary to your goals that you want to reach within that year, we're going to put a game plan together. We're going to create action steps so that you can start moving towards that. In addition to that, we're going to give you access to our 1-year training program. It's called the Blueprint Game Plan. So this is our online, on-demand business and financial wealth building program that we're going to give you access to for the entire year that we're personally coaching you. So you have a year to train, to learn, to be educated, and to really get the information you need to be a successful entrepreneur and a successful business owner. In addition to that, we're going to give you access to our weekly coaching calls. Every Monday at 5 o'clock, we host weekly live coaching calls. It is a Zoom call that you have access to from your account on our online training program, Ramon Preston University. In addition to that, guess what? We're giving you access to all 4 of our quarterly mastermind workshops beginning in January of 2022. That's when we're going to host our next quarterly mastermind workshop. So all of 2022, you're going to have access to 4 live events. You can join us in person or you can join us virtually. Each of those live mastermind workshops, we're going to be doing deep dives tailored to train you on the nuts and bolts of, guess what? Business systems, financial systems, sales systems, and marketing systems. In addition to that, in our 1-year business coaching program, we give you a personal coaching coordinator. That's somebody that we designate for you that you can text, you can email, you can call, you could communicate with on a day-to-day basis. And here's the good part about it. We started this one-year business coaching program in April. And initially, my intention was to get a couple handfuls of people, maybe 20, 25 people, and we were going to close it. Well, guess what? Within the first week or two, we surpassed our initial goal, and we realized that extending a coaching program for a year was more beneficial for our clients than any other coaching or consulting that we did. And adding all of the extra benefits of the weekly coaching calls, the online training program, the coaching coordinator, the quarterly live events was just allowing these entrepreneurs to accelerate their businesses quicker than they could have ever done any other way. And so we're going to be discontinuing this one-year business coaching program at the end of this year. So within the next 5 weeks, there will be no more advertising, no more offers for a one-year business coaching program. So we initially offered it for $5,000. That's what the initial offer was. We've had people join our one-year business coaching program. We really haven't had people complain about the price. As a matter of fact, we always get clients who have been a part of other coaching programs tell us regularly that not only are you the cheapest, but you're actually better than a lot of people who have business coaching programs that are not even giving us a portion or a fraction of what you give us and provide for us, and they're 4 to 5 times more than you, literally. There are coaching programs that charge $20, $30, $40, $50,000, and they're not even giving a fraction of what we're giving. And so today, I'm giving you an offer. I'm extending an opportunity. If you know you need accountability, you know you need personal one-on-one coaching, you know you need to be a part of a business community of people who are moving into 6 and 7 figures and beyond, because we have 6-figure earners in our coaching program that I know as long as they continue to stay the course, they're going to become 7 and 8-figure earners without a shadow of a doubt, because they have a personal playbook. If it's working for me and for my wife and our company, it's only a matter of time that you're going to implement it, that it works for you. It's going to work for you. And so we're giving an offer for $397. It's a $5,000 program. Of course, you can pay for it all at once and not even worry about payments, but we're at least offering a 12-month payment plan. And the 12-month payment plan is only $397 a month. And so if you add $397 times 12, it's actually lower than $5,000. It's about $4,700, a little over $4,700. So for $397 a month for 12 months, you can have access to a world-class business coaching program and our online training program and our weekly coaching and a free initial coaching session with me for about 2 hours and a coaching coordinator and an exclusive private group of business owners like yourself and quarterly mastermind workshops. You get it all for $397 a month for 12 months. So that means you could pay $397 today. We're going to onboard you today. We're going to give you access today, and we're going to schedule your initial coaching session. So if you want to take me up on that offer, all you have to do is text coaching to 404-478-7213. You can text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. Now, one of the benefits of this one-year business coaching program is the benefit of you having access to our online training program called the Blueprint Game Plan. Just in case $397 a month for 12 months is way too much for you to accelerate your business and to make sure that you have everything right, you can always get access to our one-year monthly payment plan for the Blueprint. You can just get access to our online program, and that's only $125 a month. So it's a $1,500 program. We're actually giving it to you for free in our 1-year business coaching program. Most of the people who purchase our blueprint within the first 3 to 6 months, they reach back out to us and say, can I upgrade to the coaching? Because I want to be on those weekly coaching calls. I want to come to those quarterly events for free. I need to sit down with you and your team, and I need to have access to y'all for all the things that I'm doing, because I'm losing money. I'm missing out on opportunities with my taxes, and I'm trying to put all this stuff together, and I'm just not good enough to do it myself. So I need an expert or a professional. So you could take me up on the $397 a month and get everything for 12 months. Or if you just want our online training program, you can get it for $125 a month. All you have to do is text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. Or if you would like access to our online blueprint game plan, our business and training, financial training program, you could text the word blueprint. Blueprint. So it's either coaching or blueprint, whichever one you want, to 404-478, that's a 7213. And guess what? If that's too much, click the link and just pay $29 and take me up on learning about sales, marketing, business systems, financial systems in those workshops. It's about 12 hours of training that I do in each of those workshops, giving you information and training on the nuts and bolts of those 4 business systems. So whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you know you got to have, we make it available for you. And all you have to do is either click the link, take me up on that $29 offer, or text one of these words to this number, and we will reach back out to you today so that we can get you onboarded either to the blueprint or onboarded into our coaching program and schedule your initial one-on-one coaching call. So ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining us today on the Ramon Preston Show. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here.